going to be up nicely. Should go up all week. You got news coming within 2 weeks on that. You got an ad coming on next Monday. Do they take it up today? Do they take it up Wednesday, Thursday? We'll see. When they added ARM, they took it up 14%. So let's just say they take this up 10%. If they just take SMCI up 10%, it's at 1,000, right? So, and then more, and then we see. Okay. So many, we're hitting everything. AMD got an upgrade to 210. Looks like if 188 comes, it can get to 191 today. Goldman Sachs, we weren't in it, kind of just okay. Carvana is moving again. Carvana, if it can get over 142, may get to 146, and then back down to 140, and then back up. That's the trend, how it works. That's how it moves. I think they're the next one to pre-announce. Elon endorses Trump, so it goes way up. We had the Trump shooting. Now let's talk a little bit about this because people didn't understand this, and there's a lot of people that just spout out stuff on Twitter, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And Sam knows everything. It's okay to be ridiculously cocky when you're ridiculously smart. I'm just telling you. It is. And let me tell you, from people, when you're listening to people on stocks and your money, do you not want to be with somebody that is cocky? Or do you want to be with somebody that's like these guys that point out charts? Well, if it gets to here, maybe it goes up another 2, and then it goes down 3, and I'm going to sell it because it went up 10%. Freaking bunch of losers. Don't follow losers, okay? So let me tell you the Trump thing. If Trump would have, if they would have shot him and he would have died, I'm 90% sure there would be a civil war today. Bitcoin would be over 100,000. The dollar would have plummeted. The market would be down probably 200 handles, maybe 300 handles. It would have been a problem like the World Trade Center. Okay? Now, I don't care if you believe it or not. I mean, there's a bunch of fools on Twitter like, oh, I don't think so, Sam. Nobody's going to put up arms for Trump. It doesn't matter what you think. Only matters what's reality. Okay? And see, Sam is apolitical. I'm not a Donald Trump guy. I'm not a Joe Biden guy. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. All I am is a guy that wants to make money and have fun. That's it. I mean, all that stuff is for other people, okay? So not me. So that's Sam. So Sam can say it like it is, okay? So, but I'm telling you, if he would have got shot, there would have been mass chaos. There would have been people in the streets, just like when you have one of these things, things where the way back in LA many, many years ago with the violence, and then you have the stuff in Minnesota with the jury thing. But this would have been 10x as big. It would have been 10x as big. I don't care if you believe it. I'm just telling you, you have to be prepared. And if you prepared, I expected 0, Sam, so it didn't affect me. Absolutely. Very straightforward. That's how you trade. That's how you become great. You don't take anything for granted. You take your profits, you roll up. Now, one other thing here I want to talk about, I wanted to talk about my NVIDIA trades last week, and you can do the same thing with my AMD trades. And I posted the NVIDIA trades, okay? So we bought the 135 calls, and we made $53,000 on it. And you can go see, there's a profit of $53,000. But then we took $50,000 of that, and we bought the 140s, the 142s, and the 145s. If NVIDIA would have went last week, I'd have made $2 million. Okay? But it didn't go. Now, all those 140, 142s, they were all double. So I put 50 grand in. I could have taken the extra 50 grand. I didn't take it. Okay? And then the next day, the market reversed, right? We had the big down. So they all went to 0. So you lose 3 trades They all go to zero. You lose 50,000, but you made 53. Net, you made money. You made money. You played with profits. Now, the same thing happened on the AMD trade. Because there's a guy that said, how'd you have such a good week? The same thing with the AMD trade. We sold the first one, and we bought the three others. And you netted positive. We netted positive on Tesla on two of them. $490,000 winner. This is how you make money, guys. You don't do, let's say you didn't buy Tesla 250s, and they're 2 to 19, and this is why we don't post the positions. Because people will come in, and they say, oh, Sam has the 250s, and they don't care that Sam bought them at 2. They'll go buy them at 19. And then they go to 15 or 10, and Sam sells them, and they're whining. People do this. I'm telling you. You would think, no, they won't do this. They do this. Okay? People think they can mirror me. They can't. You can't mirror your wife. Hell, you can't mirror your 16-year-old son doing crypto. You can't even mirror that. You have zero chance. Okay? So just understand that. Very simple to make money. It really is. You start with a small account. You learn to make $100. Then you learn to make $200. Then you learn to make $500. You don't just come in with $10,000 and say, oh, I'm taking 3 shots, AMD, NVIDIA, and this. And then you have a day like Thursday where everything goes down and you get destroyed. But Sam doesn't get destroyed because Sam is playing with profits. Sam doesn't buy NVIDIA 240s, 242s, and 250s or 245s unless he had made money. He never takes those trades. Okay? So just understand this. Today, now, you have an opportunity to get screwed again because somebody will do this. We bought SMCI, and we got them at 23. They're good for the week. 2 weeks. They're good for 2 weeks. If it pops and it takes out 972, it's going to 2013. At 2013, those are going to be $85 to $90. Now, somebody's going to come in here and buy the 1050s or the 1100s, 1150s, and maybe you have a day like Thursday, and it goes down, and Sam is at 20, they're 23, they're going to open at 40, 45, 50, and maybe Sam sells them, probably not, but maybe he sells them at 30, and Sam makes money and you get whacked. You missed the first trade. Okay, you missed it. That's it. Wait for the next one. Now, the same thing going to happen on MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is going nuts. Okay? These are going to be a monster grand slam. These are going to be triple 4X, but let me tell you, if MicroStrategy takes out 1541, probably can go to 1700. That takes those to 100. Now, once again, if Sam's in at 15 and you have to go buy 100 points higher for 5, and that doesn't work, whose fault is that? I don't pat anybody on the back. If you screw up, you screwed up. That's your fault. And you deserve to get whacked. When you get whacked enough, you won't do dumb stuff like that. Okay? Think about this. Carvana, I told you 10 times in Carvana. This guy goes, how come Carvana went down? I told you 10 times. It goes up every morning. It comes down an hour or 2 hours later, and then it goes up again. So we bought Carvana 240s. We made, $74,000 on Carvana, and we put $50,000 back in on the next one. So if it goes to shit, I'm up $25K. If it doesn't, you bought the second one, you're down. Okay? I mean, not rocket science, right? Very straightforward. Then we see. Okay, the Goldman Sachs news is actually very good. They've done good. Let's see if they can get over 491, not in it. But today, the big thing here between MicroStrategy and SMCI, those are great. But then there's this NVIDIA news. The NVIDIA news, they upped their orders to Taiwan Semi for the new Blackwell by 25%. Jesus. So let's say they made $10 billion. They up it by 25%. That's $12.5 billion plus margins. Jesus. How far does this go? If this can get over 136, it's got that 150, 160 written over it. I don't know if it goes this week or next week or when. Okay? The Trump thing is taking Tesla up. Shouldn't really be up. Now, it's going up because they think it's all going to be great, but technically it's set up nicely. But just know that Tesla going up because Elon endorses somebody doesn't make the stock any better. Okay? You just have to understand that. Microsoft earnings are next week, guys. Do not. I'm telling you guys. You know, stuff that aggravates the shit out of me, and it used to aggravate me. This guy Steve used to do the morning call and aggravate me because he's just dumb. He'd say, Thinkorswim is telling me Microsoft earnings are Tuesday. What do you think Thinkorswim is hiring somebody to figure out what the earnings date is? Do you really think that? They're purchasing that from some data provider. That doesn't mean it's accurate. You have to go verify when it is. If you knew Microsoft premiums, there's zero chance Microsoft 6 points up is $2 for earnings. Zero chance. Okay? So if you know this and you learn, you'll do okay. So today you want to see, does NVIDIA take off? Does AMD run on the upgrade? Okay? Does the rut come down with the NASDAQ going up? That's how it should do. I believe Powell is talking today again. Does he talk about the CPI? Maybe. SMCI probably going to somewhere get near 972, and then we see what happens. And it can go a long way. It's a grand slam. MicroStrategy is a grand slam. Coin can go huge. This is one very intrigued. I'm very intrigued with Coin. I may go buy Coin stock. Very intrigued with Coin today. Okay, and Carvana. Those look good. I mean, this is a great market. Now, maybe you get a day, today, tomorrow, next day, where we drop 30, 40 handles. Absolutely can happen. And if you expect that to happen, you're fine. If you don't, I mean, how about Baidu? Baidu's down again. Look, the China stocks, for lack of a better word, are just sucky stocks. And if you just think you're going to play China stocks, and we get this people onesie twosies all the time messaging me, you just don't understand. You don't understand. Okay? Why are you playing China stocks? Right now, there's so many great stocks to play. We're hitting everything week after week after week after week. And people are like, oh my God. Somebody sent me an article that said Lucan's coffee is starting to get really good. Lucan coffee, the one that had fraud that created what's it called, a disaster in China. Stock went to. Why don't they even change their name, dumbasses? Why don't you change the name? Okay. So that's what I know. That's what I know for today. Great market. Let's see what happens. Let's get started. Good morning, everybody. 7:15. 7:15. SPX was up 25. Oh, I didn't tell you why it should be up 25. When the SPX drops in the last 20 or 30 minutes, or goes up, if it goes up 20 or 30 in the last 30 minutes, okay? When you get an extreme move, and SPX was at 56.60, right? 56.55. And it dropped 40 handles. So it has to pick up at least half of that. Half of it would have been 20 points. So 25 is probably a good number. It has to go up that 25. If it doesn't, that means the down is more real. And it's up to 25, right? That means the down is not as real. Now, let's say you were at 5,600 and it moved 50 points up. That means the next day it needed to be down 25 at the open. That would mean that the up is not real. Do you see what I'm saying? Very straightforward. Because half of that move is just people adding to their positions fast because they know they can make a lot of money in SPXs or NASDAQs, or et cetera. So half that drop from 56.55 was just because, I mean, I seen it too. I seen it coming. I mean, as soon as it's down 20, you knew it was going to be down 40. Okay? So that's why. Okay? Very straightforward. Okay? I mean, there's not rocket science for this. This is just very simple stuff that nobody teaches you. Even the hedge funds don't know. The hedge funds that are here are all like, Sam, I learned more from you than I learned at Goldman Sachs. Sam, I've been working for XX, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, whoever, for 35 years, and you make market fun again. I mean, your comments are great. Absolutely. Because they're simple. I don't show some chart and show you, well, if it goes this crosses the 20-day, and goes to the 18-day, and it goes to the 41% extender, and then it goes to the, who cares? Who cares? SMCI, if it takes out 953, it's going to 972. That's it. Nobody cares. Does it get through 953? Maybe, maybe not. That's it. It's that simple. I don't care of anything. It's very simple. Okay? SPX up 25 at 25. You're at 56.40. Got 56.56, 56.72, 56.91. Powell may say something today, so keep an eye on that. Downside 5,600, 55.82, 55.51. 55.51 is a really, really, really big number. Okay? Avago is at 170. You got 1772. So remember that number, 1772. So that equates, since divided by 10, 177.60. 177.60. Or 177.20, sorry. Big, big, big number. Okay? So keep that in mind. NVIDIA, 131, 136. ASML, 1121 earnings this week. Lam Research, 1100, 1132. We'll move on ASML earnings. CrowdStrike, still not ready. 376, 391. PanW, not ready. 341, 346, underneath 291 if they're bad. Meta, not ready. Stock of garbage. When something breaks out, you get a monster breakout, and the next entire week, it can't even go up 2 points. That's when you say, this stock sucks, and I'm not going to play it. You just don't play garbage. It's too hard. AMD 188, Goldman Sachs 491, Carvana 139, 141, 142, 146, 152, 162 possible if they guide up. ARM 188, 191, Coin 236, 266. Beast is still there. MicroStrategy over 1542 goes nuts. SMCI 952, 953, 972, 1113. Tesla 272. Microsoft 461. NOW, little bit better. It's up 11. I don't know what the news is on NOW. If somebody knows, post it in the room. It's up 11. Looks a little bit better. Any other strikes you like on SMCI? Have to see the action at the open. Okay? Oh, the other thing, guys, I'm trying to make you better. Make decisions when you make decisions. Okay? Like, let's say today, right now, I would tell you, I like SMCI 1000s. Why would you do that? Because what if it goes down 30 points in the next 10 minutes? Oh, Sam liked the 1000s. Make decisions when you need to make decisions. And then we see NVIDIA target went up 165 at Cowen. What else? AMD, 2 upgrades. So I really like AMD today. May go. And that's what we know. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the call. Everybody have a great trading day. See you in chat.